So you're thinking moving to Easton Park, but you're not sure which builder is right for you. Well, in this video, we're gonna learn everything we can about Brookfield Residential's single-family homes. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking about moving to Easton Park, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the local real estate market news. I was a teacher for 10 years before jumping into real estate. I was a percussion director, I taught drums. But how I operate hasn't changed from switching from teaching to real estate. Honesty, effective communication, and helping other people achieve their goals is still really important to me. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Easton Park neighborhood. All of that can be found in the description below. All right, let's jump into the video. So let's explore single family homes from Brookfield. Right now I'm looking at their website, so eastonparkatx.com. Then you go to live here, new builds, and then Brookfield Residential. If you scroll down, you'll see that Brookfield's building in all of these places, but that's because they offer a lot of products. For their single family homes, Pilot Park and Prospect Park are the two places that we're going to be looking at today, okay? So urban homes are their detached condos. We're not looking at those. Those are smaller. Courtyard homes are technically single family homes, but they have a shared driveway. You can see in the picture there, 4 homes and a quad. I have a separate video I did a while ago about courtyard homes if you're interested in those. And then we're looking at single family homes. Again, they just don't update a lot of stuff online. That's why I'm doing this video. So it says Kiki Park, it says Discovery Park. Those are done. Those are built out already. It's just Pilot and Prospect that they're building in. So if you click on Get Info, then you'll come to this website and go to Plans and Homes. We can see what they're offering. So let me break it down. They have 2 options. They have 40-foot lots and they have 50-foot lots, okay? The 40-foot lots are starting here at this Cambridge model and then going to the left. So Cambridge, Lewis, Quincy, Endicott, Sweetbriar, Beale, and Oakwood, those are all 40-foot lots. Their 40-foot lots are only in Pilot Park. Now, where's Pilot Park? So this is a map of Easton Park with all available new construction, not just Brookfield. This is all anything that's been built the past year or is about to be finished. This is what's available on my portal. So let me change the criteria real quick to just show Brookfield. And you'll see they have been selling their butts off and there's not a lot of inventory right now with them. But just so you can kind of see where we are, over here to the left where they have 1 home in inventory, this is Pilot Park, okay? And then over here to the right is Prospect Park, a massive area where most of the builders are building out their current products. So everything I was just talking about, the 40-foot lots, they're going to be offered over here in Pilot Park. And later in the video, I'll do a street walk of Pilot Park so you can kind of get a sense of what it looks like compared to Prospect. Now, the 50-foot homes are going to be over here in Prospect Park. And they are on this website starting here with the Chapman, Drake, Ellis, Mills, Eckerd, Occidental, Claremont, Randolph, Sienna, and Howard, okay? Typically, 40-foot or 50-foot homes are going to be larger. They're going to be typically on a larger lot, right? 10 feet, so 5 feet more on either side. But honestly, if you do a to-be built, you can pick a lot. Like I live currently in a 40-foot home from Brookfield, but I picked a lot and it's one of the biggest lots in Pilot Park because I wanted a big yard. So you can kind of get a 40-foot home in a big lot, if that makes sense. Hopefully I said that easily for you to understand. But what I want to show you guys is what's available. So this is the 50-foot, okay? And this is for Prospect Park. I'll leave it on screen so you can kind of just look at. But as you can see on the estimated completion, there's nothing that's completed right now. There's just one, oh no, that just sold. Yeah, there's one here, 9412 Hamadryas. It's going to be completed June, July, and it's available at $516,729. And on the map here, it's this one over here. Okay, ignore these 2. These are courtyard homes, so I can tell because you see the smaller lots, right? So this one over here is that home we were just talking about. And then the 50-foot, or excuse me, the 40-foot kind of the same picture, right? So we're looking at 40-foot homes available. There's nothing available right now. They've even sold a couple that are going to be complete in August, September. There's really just one, 7106 Ezra Brooks, that'll be completed in June, July. But as I said, all of these are in Pilot Park. And so you can kind of see this one over here is that home. Yeah, so we'll go check out both of those. I'm probably not going to be able to get in because there can be building on it still, but I'll walk the streets and kind of get a sense, like I said, of the two differences. And just for those of you kind of still new to Easton Park and kind of get a sense of where is everything, I'll give you kind of some landmarks. So we have Skyline Park right here. It's the tallest point in Easton Park. Over here is Newton Collins Elementary School. Over here, off of Colton Bluff Springs, is the food truck. And then just north of that is the amenity center with our large dog park. And then up here, I think I say this every video, corner of William Cannon and McKinney Falls, northwest corner is going to be an HEB that will be finished at the end of 2027. And then further south is where they're building. So they own all this land, all the land below Sassman Road. They're going to continue building south. It should be for another 9 years or so. So they're going to continue building Easton Park for quite a while. I would say completion probably around 2035. Okay, 34, 35. Cool. So what we're going to look at now are some of the model homes. So the first model home we're looking at right now is the Claremont. This home is 2,874 square feet. It is a 4-bed, 3 full bath. And it's listed at $541,000, but that's the starting price. When you do a to-be built, you're going to pay a premium for the lot. You're going to pay for upgrades. You're going to want some upgrades. So I would say realistically, this home's probably going to sell in the high 500s, maybe even low 600s. While we're kind of looking through this model home, I did want to tell you guys what Brookfield's currently offering, okay? So as you're looking at a beautiful home, I'm just going to speak through the current incentives they're offering. If you purchase a to-be-built, meaning you pick the lot and you design it, from the get-go, they're offering $40,000 in flex cash for a 40-foot, so something in Pilot Park, or $50,000 flex cash for a 50-foot, so something in Prospect Park. When I say flex cash, I mean you can use it for paying off your closing costs, you can use it to buy your rate down, or you can use it to just bring the price of the home down, okay? So $40,000, $50,000 respectively. And then inventory, so the few inventory homes I just showed you, they're offering 6% flex cash, okay, depending on the price of the home. For earnest money, if you did want to go ahead and just purchase a home, they ask for $10,000 for earnest money on the Pilot Park 40-foot homes and $15,000 for the 50-foot Prospect Park homes. Now, if you wanted to do the to-be-built, like picking a lot and going that route, I really like that route. That's how I've always done it in Easton Park. You get way more upgrades, choices. You get to go to their design center. You get to choose everything that you want specifically in your home. It takes about 9 to 10 months. So just be aware of that. You can go the inventory route, right? What I showed you on these sheets right here. You can go and just be like, I want this. You're not going to get a lot of options though. Versus if you go, and I can actually pull it up right now. This wasn't part of the plan, but I love their map. Their map is really good. Even if you're not buying Brookfield, this is just good to kind of see all the lots available in Easton Park. What I would do, say I want to live in Prospect, okay? I would look and go, I want a corner lot. I want a bigger yard. I want not a side neighbor or a rear neighbor. So I would start looking, go, okay, well, I see a future release here. So I would probably call one of the sales reps and go, hey, when's that going to be released roughly? So I can kind of keep tabs on that. And just kind of get a sense of what's open, because lot placement's super important. The other thing to be aware of, I'm sorry I'm rambling a lot, but last thing I'll say, and then we'll jump into the next tour, is there's some concern about tariffs affecting the price of new construction homes because of the tariffs on Mexico and Canada. We get most of our sheetrock from Mexico and most of our lumber from Canada. And so if those materials have tariffs on them and they're more expensive to purchase, new construction is going to rise in price. Why do I bring this up? It's not to scare you. It's to say if you went the new to-be-built route, whatever price you lock in is locked in for that time frame. Okay, so for a personal example for me, my first home that I bought in Easton Park, I moved in late 2021, which prices had already jumped up quite a bit by then. But I put earnest money down 10 months prior to that, actually 11 months prior to that, at the end of 2020 when prices were still relatively normal for that time. And so something weird happened to where I put earnest money down, we locked in a price, and then I waited 10, 11 months. And by the time I moved in, the cost of my home had already gone up by 80 grand. But I was lucky because I paid the earnest money 10 months earlier and I locked in that price. So something to be aware of. Obviously, interest rates change all the time. So you're still kind of liable for, if you're financing the home, that could change in that 10 months, right? Which hopefully for the better with where they are right now. But it's something to be aware of if you're concerned about tariffs affecting the price of new construction, which I'm a little concerned about. You can lock in today's price, and even for a home that you're not going to move into for 10 months, the price will not change. Cool. All right, so now we're going to go check out the other model home. That was the Claremont. We're going to look at a 40-foot model home, which is the Cambridge. So this video, my audio didn't work. So this is me back in my home office talking over it. What I'm saying right there, as I'm blissfully unaware that everything's muted, is that we're looking at the Cambridge model. This is a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,274 square foot home. And it's listed at $452 on their website, but that's the starting price. Realistically, we're looking at the low 500,000s after you do the lot premium and the upgrades. So walking inside right now, again, this is their model home, so everything's gonna look decked out. But we have this nice tall entryway. To the left here is just a coat closet, which goes pretty deep. And then on the left side, it opens up to an office space. Open entry, no door here, but nice little about 8x8 office space here. And then we immediately get into the living room. Again, ceiling opens up here. Really nice amount of space for the living room. You can see how far away the couch is from that TV, with more natural light coming in with those square windows. And then this is a very open floor plan. So now we're into the kitchen. Pantry's right in the middle here of everything. Really large island with the sink in the middle. And then we have this 4-range burner. I think they do 5-range now, 5-burner range. Built in with the hood. Built-in microwave and oven next to the refrigerator. And then even more countertop space here to the left with more natural light coming in. As you can see, you kind of have a small area for a dining table, so you would need to do a small round table to kind of fit in this space so you can still reach those cabinets. And then lots of natural light coming through the back door and these windows. Now with the model home, ignore the lot size. It's not real, but what you should look at is the back patio space. So a decent amount covered. If it were me, I'd probably try to expand the back patio a little bit, but it's not too bad. Coming back inside the home, and you can kind of see some of the upgrades they have. So the blue cabinets with the black handles looks great. Over here to the right, they have this extra space because a problem with the Cambridge setup is you don't actually have a lot of cabinet space. You have this massive island, but really the cabinets you're seeing is it. Inside the island, you really only have one cabinet and then one other as a trash pull-out, what I'm tapping right now, and then under the sink. So really what I've seen is a lot of people put extra shelving over here, whether a built-in or just adding in something, so you have more room there. It doesn't jut out, so it's perfect. And then we walk into the primary bedroom. Primary bedroom has this nice tray ceiling, opens up really well, 2 large windows, and I like how they've positioned the bed here. It feels very spacious. Going to the primary bathroom, to your left you have this large seamless walk-in shower, and to the right we have dual vanity with a ton of countertop space in between and more natural light coming in, and then you have your toilet here to the left. No natural light coming to the toilet. Not a big deal though. This is what I really like about the Cambridge is you have your primary closet right here. Decent amount of space. But then right next to it is your utility room. So when you're doing laundry, it's super easy. Just grab clothes from the dryer, fold, hang it up right there. And then we have this extra storage space right next to it also. Tons of space, extra little spots in this house. And then we're gonna head upstairs. And you can tell, so you can customize everything you've seen. The bathroom tile is different in each bathroom in here, and you can do that when you build your own house too. Brookfield gives you a lot of design options there. Okay, now that we're upstairs, there's some extra light coming in through the windows up there. And then you have this small landing area. You kind of see how they did it. You don't have a ton of room, but you can fit a couple chairs and some shelves up here. It's HVAC to the left there. And then we have guest bedroom number 1 upstairs. Decent amount of closet space, not too bad. And a nice window for potentially a good view, depending on what side of, well, right now it's being built in Pilot Park, so Pilot Park, you're gonna get a good view. Just depends on which side of the street you're on. Then we have a linen closet, guest bedroom number 2, about the same size. And these bedrooms are all pretty good sizes. And then we have our upstairs bathroom, dual vanity, pretty good sized bathroom, honestly. And again, you can upgrade, update, however you want to do the tile on the shower, on the floor, the countertop that you want. I think I'm about to come on camera now, yep, so ignore him. He thinks he's giving you great info. I just told you that. Something I'll say actually right now, I realized I actually skipped, there's a half bath to the left of the bottom of the stairs. So something to be aware of. There is another half bath that you can upgrade to a cabinet sink. It doesn't have to be a pedestal sink. And that's right next to the garage entrance. With these model homes, we don't see the garage because that's where they put their sales office, if you're unaware. All right, and then we go into our final and 4th bedroom, 3rd one upstairs. This is the largest bedroom. Has a lot of natural light, that extra window, and when you walk into the closet, you have another window and built-in shelves. So this is a great room. I've seen a lot of people use it as an extra office space or somewhere to work on. The video ended. Something to put your supplies in if you're a crafty person. All right, moving on. So I'm here in Prospect Park. This is the home that we saw for sale, listed at $516,000. This is a Howard floor plan, and that is 2,307 square feet. It's a 4-bed, 3 full bath. They're working on it right now. Like I said, they don't have any inventory that's complete right now for me to tour for y'all. I just don't want to disrupt the builders, but you can kind of get a sense of somewhat how it looks like. I'll kind of walk around the van a little bit. But you can look online, the Howard floor plan. This one's going to be complete June, July time. I just wanted to kind of show you guys Prospect Park a little bit. It's a sprawling area, so I can't really do it walking. But you can see some of it, so I'm not just sitting at my desk and you're looking at a photo that you can look at online, right? So I'll kind of pan around. Right now we're on Hamadryas. You see they're building much more over there. I'm facing north right now. And so there's way more construction happening over on that side with Taylor Morrison and Perry. And then these are the courtyard homes. I'm actually going to cut through here real quick so you can see further south and what that looks like. I was thinking on the drive here, why would I buy in Prospect Park? It's kind of hard for me to say why I would. I mean, for a good price. Obviously not for the dogs. Hey, buddy. You're on camera. I'm watching you. How are you staying in that fence? You're so small. Okay. Anyway, why would I, decide to buy in Prospect Park? And something that could potentially help, I won't say it definitely will help, what could potentially help is keeping your value of your home high, because Brookfield is the lowest price builder in Easton Park, And in Prospect, you are next to Perry and Taylor Morrison homes, which are more expensive. And so down the road, that may help you when you're trying to sell your home. If you're right next to a Perry home that's similar square footage, they're going to sell a little bit higher than you. It should help your value get higher too. So something to be aware of potentially. But as far as amenities in Prospect Park, it's just so new, and you can kind of see it here. So right now I'm on Apogee, and this is the south, and that's still, all of that is Prospect Park. So it's a bunch of empty lots that they got to build on. Lots and lots of space out here. So I'm just not quite sure what they're going to put, how many parks they're going to put out here. It's kind of a lot of unknowns with Prospect because they've only built about a third of it so far. But it's very flat, it's very large. You know, they're going to add a second amenity center at some point on the south at some point, but we don't know how far south. So yeah, I can't really say kind of the why I would move to Prospect other than if it's for a really good deal. But yeah, that's Prospect Park. You kind of got a sense of what it looks like. We're gonna end the video by checking out Pilot Park. So now looking at the 40-foot homes in Pilot Park. Again, they're working on it, so it's kind of a street view, but this is a Quincy floor plan. This is 1,971 square feet. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, and this is listed at $440,000. So you can kind of see, get to where I can see the camera, see how you have that brick wall back there, right? So your back neighbor for that specific home is going to be elevated. It's nice because you're going to have some privacy, but it's nicer if you're the elevated party, right? So something to be aware of in Pilot, each street as you go north gets higher. And so if you can get a home or a lot that's on this side of the street, then you're going to have a much better view. I can kind of show you in between homes here. So you know, these houses are on the higher end of the street, and so they don't have a rear neighbor, right? They're overlooking the street behind them. And so they just get a little bit more a better view. I'll kind of walk away from the construction sounds. I live in Pilot Park. I love it here. You get potentially really good views for Easton Park. I have a whole different video I did about Pilot Park if you want to learn more about this specific community. But as I said, this is where the only place you can get the 40-foot single family homes from Brookfield. And then just so you can see the one thing we have over here is we have this park, which from this listing is actually quite close. Sorry for the wind noise, y'all. So it's a small, nice park, but it's a small neighborhood, kind of right on the edge of Easton Park and right next to the KB homes. And they're actually still building out this section of Easton Park. There's some roads that still need to be built too. But yeah, you can kind of get a sense of it. And then just further up is where all the homes are being built. And then we have a lot of empty lots down here that will be built in the future. But there you have it. I won't keep you here too long. I'm sure the wind noise is really annoying. It doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can always give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Be happy to help you with your next move to the Easton Park neighborhood. Until next time, I hope to see you guys around town.